How is the pink covering that? Certainly is. Is that in the pocket? Yes.
Foul 4. Jimmy White. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please. One.
Now, can he dislodge any of those reds off the pink? Looks to have just about enough angle. Taking the cue ball off the side cushion.
Seven.
Well, it's just not happening for Jimmy at the moment. Although it's difficult, one can only say he's got to remain patient.
Seven. Jimmy White.
Perfect strength, of course, the cue ball right underneath that cushion. But I think Jimmy can just get through here, certainly to disturb it. And yes.
One. Six. Seven.
Only 3 points in it now.
14.
Needs to get the cue ball out well away from the cushion. Taking the more difficult red, the one near the cushion. That's always the danger.
14. Jimmy White.
There's no margin of error down the cushions on these tables.
One.
He is trying so very, very hard. Now fighting the balls as well as an opponent.
Eight.
And now a tricky one for Stephen. Hasn't much choice but to play it dead weight. Tries to play it with pace, much more difficult.
Just enough strength for it to drop in the bucket.
9. 16. $17.
Puts him 20 points ahead.
$24. $25.
Jimmy's again in trouble. Now wants snookers.
$32. $34.
You know, Ted, that red down the side cushion that Stephen looked as if he'd missed, it went in. Just the difference compared with Jimmy's shot a minute before.
37.
That might just prove to be the difference at the end of the day.
41.
But this is a magnificent performance by this young man.
46.
Otting his way now to victory for 8 consecutive frames. The pink drops in, and he's leading by 2 frames at 16 frames to 14.
Yeah, not too surprising there. Jimmy White going out of the arena just for a second or two. 8 in a row. What do you think, John?
Well, I really don't know. Sometimes this game can be very cruel. Stephen, apart from the 3rd frame tonight when he made that big 100, has given Jimmy 3 or 4 chances a frame. And Jimmy White to have 3 or 4 chances a frame, I cannot believe he hasn't won one of the frames that they played this evening. And I think that's the unsettling factor at the moment, that Jimmy hasn't won a frame this session.
Is it purely because what's on the end of it? He keeps seeing that cup, as you were saying, in the corner of his eye.
I wouldn't like to think so. I think he's more disciplined than that. But obviously then you've got to start thinking of what's happened in previous years. But he's such a good player, Jimmy White, and all of a sudden something can click in his head psychologically and he can turn it round. But he needs to, I mean, I know it sounds silly, but he needs to win a frame very soon because boy, he's had a lot of chances and that's what hurts.
There's one particular shot we were watching quite early on the frame. I mean, a typical Jimmy shot, but just have a look at this one.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a great table to come to, but he's potted the red.
Oh.
Good pink, and was unlucky not to get decent position on red. But that's the problem now. He's having to struggle to try and create openings.
And with all that cue power, you'd imagine it deserves something better. But anyway, he's back here. There's Stephen watching.